This is Triplet.
This is Triplet.
This is Triplet.
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 Triplet. Hi, my name is Julia. I'm a senior in high school, and I've been involved in this student choir for the past 2 years, but I've been involved in a variety of student choirs since middle school. I am a very proud music nerd, and I come from a family where music is very connected to church and where definitely being a music nerd is celebrated. So here are 3 ways to keep a music nerd like me engaged in student choir. 1. Community. Being a part of a student choir means being a part of a community of both believers and musicians. An effective way to keep a music nerd engaged is to give them leadership positions. These positions could range from being a section leader to being given a vocal or instrumental solo. This is a way of recognizing a student in a way that communicates that you want to celebrate a God-given talent. One thing I loved last year was when our director approached a group of us who he knew played ukulele and said, there's this great song and I think it sounds really cool, and he was just kind of like, come up with a part, and so we did, and it was so fun coming up with that part together and getting to play that, and the fact that we got to contribute to that meant a lot to us. 2, commitment. Something that's really important to me in a student choir is a commitment to excellence. We praise and we worship an excellent and perfect God, so why wouldn't we work our hardest to make the music as beautiful as possible? One of my favorite things that our director says is he knows when we've done a really good job based on how people talk about us afterwards. When we've done really well, people don't say, "Oh, that was wonderful, the young people led worship this morning." They say, "Wow, that was the presence of God, that was awesome." And I think that is something that will always stick with me about excellence. 3, spiritual development. For me, making music is an essential part of my spiritual life. When I look at my testimony, I see that a lot of my spiritual highlights correlate directly with music. Student choir especially should be a place where music nerds can really engage and worship God in a very authentic and real way. Something I highly recommend is to emphasize the spiritual and worship elements during rehearsals and after performances. Another thing I really love is when my director sends me texts throughout the week. These texts usually are lyrics from the songs that we sing on Sunday. This is a way for me to connect the words that I'm singing on Sunday through the rest of my week and into my real life. And that's 3 ways to keep a music nerd like me engaged in student choir.